Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video on Bayverse of Madness, and welcome back to another review. And today we are going to be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series 98 Rise of the Beast Voyager class Cheetor. And yet again, this is another great addition to the Studio Series line in my opinion. They are definitely knocking it out of the park with the recent Studio Series stuff. But in terms of Cheetor, as always, we are going to take a look at his minting sealed box. So as you can see, we have that beautiful Transformers text as always at the side with that Generations logo at the top. He is obviously 98 in the Studio Series line. His name is Cheetor from Transformers Rise of the Beasts. There is a beautiful CG render of Cheetor in his beast mode. There is Cheetor sitting very nicely in the packaging. As we turn it around, he's obviously number 98 in the Studio Series line. We get another beautiful image of Cheetor, but this time only his head and a few claws sticking out. He's obviously a Voyager class in different languages as well. On the other side, we get a beautiful image of Cheetor, this time in robot mode. There is another bot logo for some reason. There is the authenticity badge. It is obviously a plastic free packaging like most figures these days. As we turn to the top, there is that beautiful Transformers Rise of the Beast logo. At the bottom we have barcodes and words, etc. And then finally at the back of the box we have some beautiful product shots of Cheetor in robot mode and beast mode. His name is Cheetor from Rise of the Beast. He's obviously big screen inspired and can transform in 24 steps. And as always, for those who like to see, there is his little bio, and that pretty much does it for the packaging. Now obviously on this channel I like to compare packagings. Now here is the Voyager Studio Series Cheetor next to the original Rise of the Beast Deluxe one, and as you can see already, you can tell that the Rise of the Beast Studio Series one is definitely leaps and bounds in my opinion over the Deluxe one. Obviously this is just basically a rehash of that Kingdom mold, but in terms of the Rise of the Beast Studio Series one, in terms of Cheetor, it was a completely different mold and definitely upscaled, which is what he needed. Already you can tell as we just bring it closer that these are totally different in terms of robot mode. So that pretty much does it for the package comparison. There you go, you can literally tell here on the back that looks way better on the Studio Series one than this. We will obviously get into that later in the review, but in terms of the packaging, that pretty much does it. So let's get Cheetor and our review station. And here we have Studio Series Rise of the Beast Cheetor on my review station, and looking absolutely fantastic. If we just grab Cheetor here and take a look at his details, he looks absolutely amazing. Definitely accurate to what we saw in the Rise of the Beast movie. Definitely not my favourite Maximal. I do have to say that Rhinox is. Obviously I don't have Optimus Primal yet, but he is coming, so I expect a review soon. But in terms of the Maximal so far, I will have to say that Rhinox is my favourite Maximal. Even in the film he was actually my favourite Maximal, but Cheetor, that doesn't take anything away from him because he looks absolutely fantastic. Now in terms of the details, the head sculpt looks absolutely phenomenal. We've got some really nice gunmetal grey actually going throughout the figure to obviously break up this orangey bronze that we've got going on, obviously for his colour scheme. Now in terms of the head sculpt, obviously it's very nicely detailed. In terms of the chest, obviously like I was just saying, we've got some really nice gunmetal grey going on from the abs, and obviously some of the mechanical detailing going on throughout the figure. We also have some silver gunmetal like spots going on. Obviously he is called Cheetor. And then as we make our way down, this is probably the weakest spot in terms of the detailing. It would have been cool if we actually had some more of those spots going on down here, but it doesn't really matter because in terms of the upper section, it looks absolutely phenomenal. Now obviously this figure does clean up really nicely as well. This tail section is only in the way, but I don't really mind because this figure also looks absolutely fantastic. And these obviously claws are also here, but obviously they have to put them somewhere, and he actually does look a little bit like Wolverine, so he can actually slash away at them Terracon freezer drones. And that pretty much does it for the detail. Now in terms of the articulation, much like we saw Cheetor in Rise of the Beast, he's very, very agile, and they have definitely done him justice with the articulation. So he has a very, very wide range of articulation, starting with the head sculpt. His head is on a lovely ball joint, can look different ways, can obviously rotate, etc, etc. In terms of the arms, if you actually just move this section upwards, he does have some nice range of movement here for the arms. He can do the full 360, and then obviously his arms here are on a hinge. That is pretty much to do with transformation, but yet again, some nice range of movement here for the arms. They can rotate, they can bend. His hands can also rotate, and obviously these claws can as well. And then in terms of his chest, he does have waist rotation, which is a massive bonus. His legs can kick that far sideways, so he can actually do the full splits. His legs can't kick the back that far due to this butt section getting in the way, but he can actually kick forward that far, which is absolutely amazing. He does have some nice movement here in the legs, some nice rotation. The feet can also move side to side, which is absolutely phenomenal. His toes can actually move as well, but that, yet again, that's to do with transformation. And that pretty much does it for the articulation. They definitely have done him justice with the articulation, which is really nice for Cheetor, considering he actually was an agile character in the movie. Now, in terms of his accessories, Cheetor does come with these two daggers, like spear things that we actually saw him use in the movie. So if we just take a look at one, they both are really the same. So we have some nice silver going on here for the top of the spear, and then obviously some more orangey bronze going on like we are seeing for the figure itself. And then in terms of these weapons, what you can do is you actually can attach them in different ways. So if we actually move them to the back, you see these two ports right here. You can actually tab these onto his back like so. There's one, and there's two, and there you can have Cheetor with his daggers on his back. And then if you want to actually display them on his arms, which I like to do, one of the ways is you can actually have him holding both of them in his hands like so. And these actually look pretty cool. I actually wish we would have seen this in the movie, but if you actually want to see more movie accuracy, what you can do is one of them stays in, and this is the only way you can actually attach this together, because if you actually attach it together while it's just like this, then you will actually damage the ports, and it actually won't stay in that well. So obviously these ports can be damaged, so just be very careful. The only way you can actually tab it in is through this, really. Just be very careful, like I've just said. And then obviously what you can do is tab that part in, tab this in the bottom, and then you can have a movie accurate Cheetor wielding his spear like we saw in that Rise of the Beast movie, taking away and taking out those Terracon freezer drones. Now for comparisons, here is the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Cheetor next to the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. And for another comparison, here is the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Cheetor next to the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. And for another comparison, here is the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Maximal Cast. So far, obviously we have Airazor, we have Cheetor, and we have Rhinox. I definitely think Rhinox is my favourite still, but Cheetor is a great addition to this Maximal Cast. I am yet to review Airazor, but what I have actually fiddled around with her, she is absolutely fantastic as well. I am very looking forward to that Optimus Primal that will be coming in the next few days, so I expect a review on him. But for the Maximal Cast so far in the Studio Series, this is what we are looking like. And for the final comparison, here is the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Cheetor next to the Rise of the Beast mainline Cheetor, and already you can tell there is just no comparison at all. This Studio Series definitely is leaps and bounds over the mainline one. I absolutely hate how we've got some colour mismatching, as you can see here better for the tail whip accessory. We've got some dark yellow and some light yellow. The colours are a lot better on the Studio Series. As you can see, it cleans up a lot better on the Studio Series as well. Not much kibble going on for the Voyager. It definitely needed a Voyager class release, so they've absolutely smashed it out the park. So in terms of the comparison between the Studio Series and the mainline one, that is what we are looking like. And that pretty much does it for Rise of the Beast Studio Series Cheetor's robot mode. As always, if you want to see a transformation process on this guy, there will be a link down below in the description. But for now, let's get him into his beast mode. And here we have Studio Series Cheetor all transformed up and in his awesome looking beast mode. If we just take a look at the details here, starting with that Cheetor head, it looks absolutely unbelievable. Some nice details picked out for the face, some really nice gunmetal grey, some nice gunmetal spots as well going on throughout the top of the figure here, some nice spot details going along here for the arms, but not actually really much actually going along for the body. We do have some nice gunmetal grey, but we have a lot of orangey, like bronze colour, like we saw in the robot mode. And that's actually my biggest problem with this figure as a whole, and my only probably gripe about it, and that's the fact of its colouring. Obviously in Rise of the Beast, Cheetor was actually more like a yellowy colour. Obviously I can't blame them though, because when the trailer first dropped, we actually saw Cheetor in this colour scheme, and then obviously they changed it to a more lighter yellow, which looked a lot better, so I can't actually blame them. So it would be cool if we actually do get a repaint of this guy in the near future. But continuing on with the details again, we've got some nice grey going along for the arms. That's probably my favourite part of the Cheetor mode. It would have been cool if we saw that again here for the legs. That is what we are looking like on the underside. It cleans up very nicely, and at the top it cleans up very nicely once again. Now for the articulation, the head can spin the full 360. The mouth can also open and close very nicely like so. The arms can move forward that far, but obviously due to this section blocking the way, can move that far, unfortunately. And then for the arms, you do have some nice movement here. You do have some swivels here at the arm. You do have swivels here obviously at the hand, and the paws can also move. Now for the lower body, if you actually just untab this butt section, you can have a waist swivel, so you actually can put some Cheetor in some nice poses like he's running around a corner or something. And then for the legs, you can actually move these up and down. Yet again, just untab that butt section. The legs can also move, but you're just untabbing this section right there. And then the feet can wobble in and out, and also this toe section can move, but that's really to do with transformation. And that pretty much does it. The last piece of articulation is the tail. That can do your traditional up and down, no side to side unfortunately. And that pretty much does it for the Cheetor mode. Now for the accessories, Cheetor obviously comes with two daggers that we saw him use in his robot mode, and you can obviously tab them on as storage. So what you can do is you either can tab them on like this. There are obviously two ports on the back. This obviously goes in any of them ports. What you want to do is just tab this on like so. If I can actually get it on, there you go. You can have Cheetor holding them like this. But what I like to do is I actually don't display Cheetor in robot mode, in beast mode. Sorry, I do display him in robot mode. But what you can do, and if I actually was to display him in robot beast mode, I would actually have him like this. So what you can actually have is a armored Cheetor actually charging into battle with some weapons on his back, and I actually don't think that looks too bad. So you can have Cheetor charging his way towards them Terracon freezer drones. Now for comparisons, here is the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Cheetor next to the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. For another comparison, here is that Studio Series Cheetor next to the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. And here is the Studio Series Maximal family so far, before I actually get my hands on the Optimus Primal and review him. So far we obviously have Cheetor, we have Rhinox, and we have Ares, and they look fantastic. I cannot wait any longer to review that Optimus Primal and add him to the Maximal collection. But in terms of the Studio Series Maximal comparison, this is what we are looking like. And for the final comparison, here is the Studio Series Rise of the Beast Cheetor next to the Rise of the Beast mainline Cheetor. And apart from the colours, I think the Studio Series one definitely wins without a doubt. The accuracy and the scaling is definitely on point more than the mainline one, but let me know in the comments which one you prefer. And that does it for my review on the Transformers Studio Series Rise of the Beast Voyager Cheetor, and in my opinion this figure is absolutely brilliant. Now, starting off with some positives, I really like that gunmetal grey that we've got going on throughout the body, especially where it's picked out that mechanical detailing. I think that looks really cool. It obviously breaks up that orangey bronze that we've got going on. My other positive would be that I really love the articulation that they've put into this guy. You can get him into some awesome poses. Obviously in the movie Cheetor was an agile character, and I definitely think they've done him justice with the articulation. Now, in terms of the negatives, my only negative would be I really wish they put some of that spot detailing on the legs, as it looks a little bare. But my major gripe would be that its colorization is a little off. I really wish they made him a more accurate yellow, but to be fair, when the teaser trailer dropped he was a more orangey bronze, and this figure obviously dropped not long after the teaser trailer, so I can't really complain. But I wish we actually get a repaint of this guy in the near future, probably more accurate details. And that pretty much does it for my review. If you guys like this review, please like and subscribe. My Instagram and everything will be in the description down below. If there's a figure you want me to review next, please let me know in the comments. But for now, as always, take care everyone.